everything changes.
Hello and welcome all to our Media Journey podcast, discussing our own media journeys, what job roles we want to go into in the future. So in this podcast, we will be discussing 4 types of media careers. So first of all, let's introduce our guests. So here we have 2 guests, all within different media industries that we want to go into. So the first question is, what is your name and what course are you currently studying in college?
Hi, I'm Kat and I am currently on the Level 2 Performing Arts course.
Hi, I'm Bradley Chiles and I'm currently on the Level 3 Games Design course.
Okay, so my name is Samantha Peacock and I am currently on the
Creative Media Level 3 course.
Thank you. I'm going to put that in there to see how stupid I am. And Bradley is doing a dab. So what do you guys want to be within media?
I would like to be an actor, preferably on stage, but I would like to do a bit of screen acting as well.
Well, I personally want to become a games designer. I have been thinking about multiple different ways to do this, like freelance and stuff, but not quite decided yet.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to create my own media company for filming, television and stuff like that. So that'd be really cool. So what are the ways to go into your media industry? So what are the ways to go into gaming, so games design?
Well, with games design, I suppose there are a few different ways you can go about it. There's the indie route, which is like making your own independent games by yourself and then like selling them, say, on Steam or some other sort of gaming retail sort of site, or even local, possibly. And there's also, I suppose freelance really falls into the indie category. I suppose that was also about like, contracting and stuff, doing things for bigger companies, but ultimately staying your own person, And then there's like actually getting employed by big companies by, say, possibly Naughty Dog or, something like Team 17, I think that's their name. Yeah, Team 17. I believe that's the Worms developers.
And Kat?
So to make it as an actor, you can either go to like a drama school. If you go to drama school, you tend to have more of an opportunity to make it as an actor because directors and other actors will take you more seriously. But you can just jump into it and gain as much experience as you can in the actual career itself.
Yeah. And to make it as a filmmaker, really, there are several ways as well that you can do it. You could go to a film academy, like I'm hoping to do, or you can go down the apprenticeship route, gaining experience with like BBC or, being hired by BBC or any other thing, making it independently. So being an independent filmmaker, so freelancing and stuff like that. And there's also going to university and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of different ways that you can make it within filmmaking. So what are your own experiences within your chosen subject, Katya?
Well, at the moment I've got Lander grade 2, 3 and 4, each at a merit. I've attended stage schools since I was 12 and obviously now I'm on the level 2 acting course.
Me, I don't really have much experience in the field of game design, but as of right now, I'm currently taking the level 3 games design course. I'm sort of halfway through it at the moment. And the experience that I have picked up, which is like modeling things, 3D modeling in like Autodesk Maya, a bit of game development in the Unreal Engine 4 specifically, and texturing via Photoshop. But yeah, I haven't really got that much experience, but in the time I have been on the course, I think I've really excelled in 3D modeling mostly. Not so much texturing, and I've fallen out of whack with the game development side of it. But I find that I'm quite good at 3D modeling. So like I've even modeled my own characters and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
And like basic assets like crates and barrels and walls and stuff, but nothing too impressive, just sort of basic baby stuff, I guess, when it really comes down to it.
And my own experiences within filmmaking is I want to create my own production company. So I currently have a YouTube channel where I do tutorials, and I also create my own independent films with other friends of mine. So like, for example, last year I done the level 2 creative media, and that was amazing, and I loved it, and I created 3 films from that. And then this year I'm on the level 3, and I've again created a documentary about small YouTubers. So yeah, and then I'm going to a film academy in London in the summer, and that's going to be a really amazing experience for me, because not many people, I mean, there's like 100 people like being accepted, and Kat, I found out they are still doing interviews, so I would ring them soon. Just saying. So yeah. So what is your own road to success?
Well, I'm hoping to go on to the level 3 after the level 2. And then I'm debating about whether I should do a Bachelor's of Arts degree or
The foundation degree at Coleg Gwent. And then from there it'll just be a case of getting like acting jobs and yeah, pretty much.
And Bradley?
Well, I haven't really thought about my road to success yet. As I see it, I'm not quite ready to go into the actual working side of games development, but I have sort of. There is one thing I've considered, which is sort of creating my own little games design sort of company.
Yeah.
With some friends, but that's a long way off yet, and I haven't really put much thought into my road to success. I've just sort of it's all been mainly dreams mostly.
Yeah. So my own road to success is after college, after level 3. I'm hoping to either have a university course at the filmmaking academy that I'm going to. If I pass the summer course, they'll offer me a university one, which would be awesome. Or actually doing apprenticeships. So I've just been accepted to go onto a 1-day course thing for Channel 4, which is awesome. And then they can offer me apprenticeships in Channel 4, and on the day they'll have prizes. Like they have this one prize where I could go to London for a week to do work experience there, which would be amazing. And I'm currently looking at Kat, you're going, yes. So yeah, so what are your inspirations?
It may sound weird, but I'd have to say Disney Channel because
Fair.
It was what I always watched as a child. I never really watched anything else other than Disney Channel and sometimes Nickelodeon.
You want to have your own little show, do you? Like The Adventures of Katya. Katya meets Wheels.
But yeah, so I've always wanted to be an actor on one of those little Disney Channel shows.
Yeah.
Not so much now, I'm a bit older, but
What's
at
your
least I look
favourite?
young. Well,
Here we go.
it's quite hard to decide between like Wizard of Waverly Place and like it's fairly newer, but Austin and Ally.
Wizards of Waverly Place was my jam back in my childhood. That was the best thing around. Flippin' hell. Austin and Ally, get out of here, you casual scrub.
And what about you, Bradley? What's your inspirations to becoming a gamer or games designer?
Well, I have quite a few inspirations actually, and they range from like ordinary indie developers to like AAA developers, like say Hideo Kojima, who is the original writer and producer. Well, I'm not sure if it's producer. It's probably producer, yeah. But he's basically the director of like well, he was the director of like the Metal Gear franchise, and another inspiration was like Hidetaka Miyazaki, who is he's the creator of the infamous Souls series, which from like Demon Souls to like Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne. And I suppose with indie inspirations, I'd have to say there's like I can only think of one off the top of my head, and that's Toby Fox, who made Undertale. And there is also someone who I personally know online, and he has actually made his own like 2D RPG kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'd say he's a bit of an inspiration as well.
And my inspiration is just movies in general, really. I mean, every time I go to the cinema and I see a movie, I'm like, I want to create that.
Maze Runner,
Yeah, Maze Runner.
Greatest
I
Showman.
want to be
Yeah,
the next
British
Michael Bay.
Yeah, but I mean,
Explosions.
just films. Harry Potter. I've always wanted to create Harry
I want to be a wizard. I want to film wizards.
Yeah, but there's this small-time filmmaker on YouTube, and he was in Pan as one of the Lost Boys, and I noticed his YouTube channel, and he's amazing. I think his name's Thomas, something like that. But yeah, and he's he does all these like wacky, crazy movies that I just love. So yeah. So, is there any other job roles that you would like to go into within the media if you didn't go into games design or acting?
Well, for me, before the level 3 games design course, I did level 2 creative media.
That is how we know each other.
Yeah. Look at you, big girl, in level 3, and I'm just in games design now. But yeah, I'd probably go into like filmmaking, because that's pretty much the only other thing I know to do in media. Other than that, maybe radio production. Probably not, though. I'm not very good with radio, and I'm not very good with like print ads and stuff. So I probably wouldn't think of going into that.
You're better than me.
Well, you said before you got nothing else to go and do, do you?
Yep, like
Just acting.
yep.
You
I'm good
can
at
try voice
acting,
acting.
and
Yeah, voice acting.
no, I don't like my voice. It's too weird. But I guess
What about
everything's
animations?
back up there in place.
Well, yeah, but some
I
people...
can't draw.
No, I mean.
No, like you don't have to
yeah.
be. You don't have to be the actual one that makes the animation. You just have to be the voice.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I mean, come on. Do you really think like say Johnny Young Bosch worked on say the Bleach anime? Because he does like he does like the dub voice of Ichigo Kurosaki.
Yeah, I don't think I could be a voice actor. I don't like my voice too much. It's just weird.
But
You know, there's
Yeah,
a
you
lot
would
of
be
voice
an actor.
actors that actually think There are a lot of voice actors that actually think a lot like you, but they have sort of conditioned themselves to not be so.
I mean, like, I guess
Bad
like I
about
could
it.
do like voice acting like on the side, but not. I wouldn't go into it as a main career.
So it'd be more like a contracting kind of thing.
Yeah.
And well, for me, I don't really know. I mean, I kind of like photography, so possibly photography.
Oh yeah, photography. I forgot that was a thing in media.
Yeah.
I forgot that was I forgot that was a legitimate career option.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the legitimate?
Photography.
Photography, right?
Yeah.
You could go
I
into photography.
no, I can't even take pictures.
You're talentless. I'm joking. I'm sorry. That was mean.
I can act, I can bake, and I can look after kids.
But you can't film.
You can
No.
make, you can make a baking show.
Yeah.
A baking show for kids.
Yeah. With Sam. With Sam, you guys can make your own company and film you making kids desserts and shit. Here's a ladybug cake.
Yeah. So apart from photography, possibly radio. I mean, I did have an interview at a radio station once.
I mean, we are doing radio right now.
Yes.
We're doing podcast.
That is true.
Right, so now we go into the crazy questions. They aren't really crazy, but hey, we'll give them a go.
So just questions
Yes,
then.
yes, questions. So,
False advertising. Right, go on. Yeah. Sorry.
okay, so the first question is, if you guys could be in any production in your chosen field, what would it be? So, for Kat, if you could be in any movie, what would you want to be in? If you could design any game, what game would it be? But it's already out. So something that's already done, but you want to kind of shove the people who
Can it
made
be theatre, or does it have to be film?
So can I do like a hypothetical, like say like Naughty Dog makes Uncharted 5?
I know what I'd say. Well, there's two things I would say.
Then say them.
Either Maze Runner or Matilda the musical. I've always
yeah.
I want to be the
Matilda.
next Souls developer. I want to make a game called some dull shit like Human Souls: The Reckoning or some shit. I don't know. Okay, seriously now. Naughty Dog seems like a nice place to work, so maybe I might have wanted to work on Uncharted 4.
Okay. So for me, gotta be the Maze Runner or The Greatest Showman or anything
Maze
Star
Runner.
Wars.
You and
Star Wars.
sorry, you and Ryan have been raving about The Greatest Showman all week.
I know. It's all right, but it's not like it's not as great as they're making it out to be.
I'm sure it's good, but you know, I'm just pointing it out. It's a joke, really.
Anyway, I have 2 minutes left.
I mean,
Before I have to
Okay.
leave.
Okay, so we will do the conclusion now. When I
So
shall
we
ask
had one
Bradley
question,
more questions.
have we?
you can ask me one more question if you want. I'm here all week.
Here all we
Actually,
people.
I'm not here
actually,
tomorrow at all.
is there any questions that you would like to ask each other? Anything? Any questions?
Ask away.
I've got no questions.
Do you want to be the next Marilyn Monroe?
No, I can't sing to save my life.
What actor inspired you the most?
Yeah, what actor inspired you the most? Hannah Montana.
Oh,
Miley Cyrus. the twerk queen.
Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
So is that your answer?
I don't know. I genuinely That's a good question for me to put on my presentation, though. I'll have to look
And
into
you
that.
answered, I don't know.
Yep, my answer is I don't know.
What about you, Bradley?
What's my biggest inspiration?
Yes.
I've already spoken about this, but I guess I can give a shout out to my old boy Mountain Dew and Doritos. Nah, not really though. But yeah, my inspirations I basically already covered most of them. I suppose the company of Naughty Dog is a big inspiration to me because I love the Uncharted series. I mean, I was very late to the party, but I played through the Nathan Drake collection and Uncharted 4, and I absolutely loved it. And I loved the fact that in the Nathan Drake collection, they allowed you to look at all their concept art. I thought that was very cool.
Okay, so I think we're at the end here because Katia has to go back to her class. So what are you doing in class,
Fuck off.
Kat?
We are blocking out the Act 2 for a play called Ernie's Incredible Hallucinations.
Oh, and Katia here is also playing Wendy in Peter Pan.
Yes, I am.
Wendy, why are you flying in the sky?
Except we can't actually fly, so that's a bit rubbish.
They should string you up.
I know, we're not allowed.
Wrap you up.
We're not allowed.
Woo! You know?
We're not allowed, sadly.
That's stupid.
I've asked about 5 times,
That's
and
dumb.
each time to no.
Okay, so thank you all for listening to this podcast. I hope it, I hope you learned a bit, hopefully.
They probably didn't learn anything.
Probably not.
We're not intelligent.
No.
Yeah, you're dull.
True.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. But I didn't really educate anyone on games design. I just said, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it, possibly. And these are my inspirations.
Okay, so bye.
Wait. Here's a piece of information. If you ever record anything, never use Microsoft Expression. It's horrible, you have to encode it takes too long, and it gets in the way, and the footage isn't even that good at the end.
Behold the wrath of Bradley Chiles.
This is completely unrelated. This is completely unrelated to this particular thing. But I've been recording stuff as I've been doing it in my course. I've been using Microsoft Expression most of the time, and I've been...
Kat, give me a hug. Kitty's going now.
Bye-bye, Kit Kat.
Bye, podcast. Bye, viewers. Bye, Bradley.
Bye, Kit Kat. Chunky.
I'm not good at nickname for you, so.
Shut the door behind you. Don't let the door hit you in the ass when you're way out.
Okay, so now we are here with Bradley. Hello.
As I was saying, never use Microsoft Expression. You have to encode the footage afterwards, and it gets in the way. It's absolutely horrid. And the footage is shit.
So what is, other than that, what is your best tip for somebody who wants to go into your career?
Into my course, more like, because I'm in the career.
Yeah, into your course.
If you want to go into the games design career, I can't give you any advice, but if you want to go into the games design course, I'd encourage you, because the tutors are they're very friendly, and they don't like hunt you down if you have something a bit late. They don't like sort of hound you with things.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're getting behind on things, they're going to hunt you down a bit, but they're not gonna like bite your head off for it. Although there is a blog, and that blog is the worst thing in existence. All right, but don't worry, you can get through it. And at least in my experiences, I know it's not going to be the same for everyone, because different classes and stuff, different people.
Yeah.
But so far, everyone on my course is very friendly. I've gotten along with everyone. I've been in a group. I've been in a pair with one person, and I'm in a group on this certain project. And on both projects, I've worked fantastically with them. But of course, as I said, that's not going to be the same with everyone.
Yeah.
But overall, if you like games and you want to make your own, definitely go into that course, because they teach you 3D modeling, they teach you game dev, they teach you to texture, and they even teach you a little bit about sculpting and animating and stuff.
Yeah.
And even audio design, although I think the audio design I was taught was mainly due to my tutor not being in and us having a substitute who happened to excel in audio engineering.
Alright.
But I suppose I'm lucky in that regard, but to be fair, some of what she taught us, what was pretty much common sense to me, because I'd done creative media beforehand.
Yeah. So you already knew it.
Of course, I learned all about sample rate and shit, and it's actually very handy to know, because I now know that you should never record in MP3, record in WAV. But that's just my personal opinion, because she's basically ingrained it in my head that there's compressed and uncompressed, and it's a lot of malarkey about MP3 being compressed and WAV and AIFF being uncompressed, and how they have the biggest quality, and it's a lot of compression shit. I liked that teacher. I'm rambling now, aren't I? But I liked that teacher, but she rambled a lot about the same thing over and over. No offense to her, I still liked it.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
And, the best tips that I would give for somebody, who wants to be a filmmaker, is have a lot of patience, because things do go wrong on shoot.
Can I make that a tip about being a game developer as well?
Yeah.
Because, trust me, if you're working with Maya, you're probably going to experience a lot of crashes. And crashing is not fun, especially if you don't save. If you save, you have to model it. If you don't save, you have to model everything all over again, and take it from me, it's not fun. Especially if you're modeling a character and you happen to start model the head and don't save halfway through modeling the head, and it crashes or it starts freezing. Yeah. No, but really, it's head modeling is just horrible. But yeah.
Yeah. So having patience, one thing. Learn as much as you can from others.
Definitely.
Yeah. And just have fun, because, if you can't have fun within your chosen career, chosen subject, then what's the point in doing it, isn't it?
If you can't be comfortable with your career, then how can you really be that comfortable?
So yes, so again, thank you all for listening.
Shout out to my boy Mountain Dew and Doritos. I'm actually not into MLG at all. MLG is the most horrible thing in the world to me. I hate it.
So I should also say that my classmate Lucy was supposed to be in this podcast, but she couldn't make it because she had a meeting to go to, and I don't know whether she's in class right now. So I'm just going to say that. So sorry, Lucy, that we went ahead of you and did this, but it needed to be done. So yes. So yeah, thank you for listening.
Sorry, Lulu. Alright, go on. Yeah, sorry.
So yeah, thank you for listening to this podcast. I hope you found it helpful with what we all said. And bye.
Bye-bye.
Everything changes.